Hey y'all, welcome back to the Snake's Paw. This is Matthew Morris, and welcome to Basic Pitches.
A zombie film, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone kind of knows what you're going to get in a zombie film. The twist, the first of many, is that in this zombie film, which we play completely straight, anytime someone gets infected by a zombie or turns into a zombie, they actually turn into one of the Muppets.
A specific copyrighted Muppet, or are we talking?
I mean, it depends on the budget. Absolutely, if we can have someone get,
if we can get Jim Henson on board,
into Kermit or Miss Piggy, yes, by all means, we're going to do that. But
great.
More realistically, we're going to just have to get like a knockoff company with too much felt and have them do the best they can. So it's a zombie film. People are turning into zombies, but they're actually turning into puppets, I suppose. And all of the actors, we're going to get like whatever the budget allows. Like maybe we can get Judi Dench involved, depending on her schedule.
I think your specific hope was that most of the budget would go towards providing her martial arts training.
Yes, martial arts training and sword training. And I would be okay with doing that even if she doesn't appear in the movie. So if we have any leftover budget, it's all going to Judi Dench. And she's going to get audited because that is a very suspicious paycheck.
We are money laundering for Judi Dench.
We are also going to get notified by Judi Dench's lawyer to please stop mentioning her.
We're alluding to podcast. Judi Dench, Dinch. Definitely not a Dane.
Not
actually,
Dame Judi Dench, of course.
Was once part of the peerage, but had her title taken away for offensive Muppet.
Oh, I was about to say, is that true? But then I remembered you're talking about Judi Dench with an I.
That's right, yes. But yes, who had her title removed for, offensive or tasteless appearances with Muppets.
She was undamed.
Yes.
So, continuing the...
Muppetry unworthy of the royalty.
The Muppet zombie movie.
Yeah.
I figured the first act, the first 30 minutes of it, we're going to play pretty much as straight as we can. Everyone...
Do we see the Muppets right away? How soon do we get... Do we play straight for a while and then glimpse the Muppets?
Absolutely.
Maybe it's night at first, and you can see something shambling in the distance.
There's like the main characters you're following, and they see like, oh, there's something in the shadows over there. Oh, don't go near it. Don't you know there's this is a bad neighborhood? And like you clearly see the outline of something that couldn't possibly be a human. It's just a scary Muppet.
And we're in the realm of like Cookie Monster, like
something like that. Or there's something in the garbage can over there. Oh, don't touch it. But then like But then you see like the news reports that like they're warning, like if you're exhibiting any of these signs, your skin starts to feel like felt. You start noticing people in black just following you around, animating your arms. If your voice starts to turn helium-y, or if you get googly eyes, then report to the hospital immediately and do not engage anyone who has any of these symptoms.
Is there a cure?
I'm going to say no. But, when you get to the end of the first act, it doesn't even matter. Because once we get to the point where like it's very well established, we're all being attacked by Muppets. One person in the building in the group he's clearly been bit by a Muppet, and he's starting to change, and he's trying to hide it. And he's doing a piss poor job. At this point, I say we pull back and reveal that this is actually a documentary about the filmmakers trying to make this Muppet film. And they're dealing with like all of the actors who are they're trying their damnedest to keep a straight face, and like they're acting their hearts out, but it's so ridiculous, and they're getting these probably lawsuits from Jim Henson Company, and they're like, we're never going to make this film, and just kind of following the producers around. And then kind of towards the end of the second act, you pull out and you realize it's actually a documentary about that documentary, and you just see how many layers you can go in like a Synecdoche, New York kind of thing, to the point where like the characters themselves don't even know like what's happening, and you're following like a PA who's just like, I don't know what camera to look at. And then at some point the Muppets start like attacking the PA, and he realizes that, oh no, the first layer was the real one, and I just have Muppet fever, and now I'm turning into a Muppet.
This is way more cerebral than I thought a zombie Muppet movie would be.
So what do you guys think? How do we develop that into a movie that won't get us sued?
I'm picturing, so when we get to the...
I feel like we should just commit and just get sued as much as possible.
And
we should
use
just
that
get
as
as
the
many
viral...
different lawsuits. And I feel like if you get enough lawsuits, they just cancel each other out.
And the lawsuits are presumably the premise for the documentary, like a documentary about the most sued production. It's not even finished yet, and it's gotten more lawsuits than any film.
And then you can actually bring the cameras into like the discovery process, or like, God willing, we can get to court and have like the cameras there, and the judge is like, "What is happening? Like, we're filming this because you're going to be in the movie now,
and you're
a part of this. You're in this with us, Judge."
But you hear a lot of the proceedings without them showing the judge, and they go, "And the judge is a Muppet."
Oh, yes,
oh my God! I just got
camera
chills.
pans up, and you have what's the blue eagle?
Oh God, yeah.
He's the judge. And then the plaintiff's attorney is Beaker. And he's complaining like, "I am not Beaker," and whatever Beaker's voice.
Well, I feel like by filling the like first layer out, the like first documentary layer with as many fictional lawsuits as possible, you repel real lawsuits
because they don't want to be associated with
I don't want to be on the bandwagon. I don't want to get forced into being a part of this documentary. There's just too much publicity involved in it.
And then, of course, you're going to get like those kinds of lawyers who want the publicity, and they're gonna secretly be rubbing elbows with you, and be like, let's get us in the movie. I want my own trailer. I don't want to say any real lawyers' names because obviously, but you know the ones I'm talking about, the ones who have like a shtick on the billboard.
It would be a great chance to like hire a personal injury lawyer as a trial attorney.
Yes, if you pay him like lawyer fees instead of the acting fees, it would probably end up being more expensive, but maybe you wouldn't have to pay ZIDs.
No residuals.
Yeah, there you go. You were clearly hired as a lawyer for this film, and we will take this to court.
Look, just because you're lying in the film doesn't mean you're not a lawyer.
Oh God, how great would that be if you get our real lawyer to say, "Were you lying then, or are you lying now?" Like, no, I was acting. Camera cuts back.
Acting makes it true.
I don't even know which layer we're in now.
Exactly.
So we go from a straight zombie story to a documentary
with Dame
story.
Judi Dench, former Dame Judi Dench.
Right. Yes. Disgraced former Dame Judi Ditch.
Ditch, right.
Yes, Judi
With
Ditch.
a T.
There we go. Yes, and Judy with a Y. And then we zoom out to a documentary about a film in progress that is the most lawsuited. What is even the verb there? The most
litigated.
Sued, there we go. Litigated. The most litigated production in film history on the basis of rampant intellectual property violations.
Also, we could just have like no one sign forms. We
Absolutely
don't blur out
no
their
one.
faces.
Yeah,
Just
Judi Dench requires all
many
kinds. Oh, no, it's Judi
possible.
Dench, sorry.
Judi Dench, yeah.
Yes.
Right, she's not a SAG member either. She's lost that too.
They kicked her out of SAG. Yeah,
Look, she is a member
for the incident
of the Brighton Community Theatre Union, and they have strict requirements, all of which this
There
production
has
will
to be a
violate.
bed on set at all times.
There has to be a bed on camera
On
at all
camera
times.
at all times. There has to be a toilet on camera at all times. Is that even realistic?
Look, this particular union is all about compensating actors not in money, but in the currency they truly most value, which is attention.
I love the idea that there's going to be like a scene where Dame Ditch is running through the forest away from like the horde of Muppets, and we have to use the fish angle wide lens so that we can keep in the very back the bed in frame.
We're just
No, we're
PAs
still technically-
like scrambling, trying to like carry a toilet or a bed.
I mean, and let's be real. Also,
Jumping from camera
we
to
don't
camera.
have to limit our vocabulary of what kind of Muppets. One of the Muppets can be a bed,
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. So
and another can be a toilet, and
I
they
had-
can be just prancing along trying to bite her, and that is horror.
I had a genius idea
is
occur to me
horrific.
just now that I think is going to tie everything together, and it's going to make this the $1 million idea. Or not, actually. Because the way that we're going to get away with all these blatant copyright, trademark violations, we're going to do the same thing that $10 million Power Rangers fan film that had... who's the teen heartthrob from 90210 that they brought back for it?
Allow me
You
to
were
briefly
asking
say,
the wrong person.
Oh, really? I thought for sure this was... Were you not involved in this?
Weren't you
no,
a
it
producer?
was I'm sure someone listening is screaming, like, no, it was the guy from Dawson's Creek who played Dawson. He was in the...
Oh, James Vanderbeek.
Yeah! James Vanderbeek played the Red Ranger, I guess, in a ridiculously high-budget fan film based on the Power Rangers mythos. And they got around having to pay trademark or anything like that by releasing the whole thing for free on YouTube, like without ads enabled. Because the argument there is if you're not making any money off of it whatsoever, then you can't sue us. Or better yet, do the entire thing with like the cameras panning out and not film any of it.
I mean, this is an audio medium, so we'll just have the microphones running the whole time.
No recording of it whatsoever.
It's
it all
theater.
exists within the memories of the people who were bitten by the zombie Muppets.
It's immersive theater. I think this is a brilliant immersive play.
The most pure form of storytelling is word of mouth, and they will be talking about it for the rest of their lives. I spent 2 years in the woods filming this stupid puppet movie, and they weren't even filming it.
Well, and that would justify the second layer of documentary. It's like the legend. Almost nobody saw it, but in fact it happened out in the woods of Synecdoche, New York.
Are there woods? I'm sure they're not, but I'm not going to fact check that.
It's a park.
Oh.
For all I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a copse. You don't say it that way. A copse of trees in a park somewhere.
Once again, there's someone
the fictional
listening
town
to
of
this
Synecdoche,
from
New York.
Synecdoche who's like yelling,
It's not a real
"You're
town."
getting it wrong!"
Well, there's like Schenectady. Yeah.
Schenectady is the real town, and it sounds like a fun little figure of language.
This is Synecdoche, where Dame Judi Dench is originally from.
That's right. She's British, but she's from New York.
She's actually New Yorkian.
She's from York and New York at the same time.
The York Queen.
She was born in New York and disgraced in York.
There you go. Well, I think
you need a new life in New York once you've been disgraced in Old York.
I don't know if there's anything we can do to make this any more perfect.
Condemned
honestly.
to the colonies. I love the idea, though, about, I feel like this has to have been done, like a documentary that is about like researching or trying to reconstruct some incredible piece of like something on the level of a flash mob, like some kind of piece of live performance that happened and that a few people saw and that was just mind-blowing, but that never had like the kind of extended run that gets a lot of people to see a play and gets it filmed. Like there's a tiny bit of cell phone footage somewhere. You know, you interview like I'm suddenly putting it where it was like 90 years ago, but you interview somebody who like has someone in their deathbed. The Muppets.
The only proof it existed was the Google Street View car was driving by at the time.
It's like Colonel Kurtz, that type thing. The Muppets. The Muppets.
And there's going to be a landfill somewhere in the woods where after production they just threw all the discarded Muppet.
Well, exactly. So the documentary goes and finds the place where the whole live event happened, and they unearth a Muppet, and they dig the dirt back, and you see its little Kermity face, and then as the camera slowly goes in, you see,
oh gosh, like the Muppet hand
Cut to
reaches
black.
up and grabs the neck, and then credits.
there we go.
Executive produced
We
by
made it.
Jim Henson himself, but Jim Henson with an I.
Hinson.
Jim Henson.
We made it to credits, y'all.
Yeah, we did it. All right.
That is a
High fives all around.
multimedia extravaganza all the way
God.
through. We didn't know that we were going to be pitching immersive theater events.
I'm glad I went first, y'all.
This has been yet another edition of Basic Pitches. If y'all would like to find more, you can visit our website at thesnakespaw.com. You can follow us on social media. You can find us at Instagram and Twitter at thesnakespaw. And if you have your own movie idea that you'd like to pitch to us, you can leave a comment or send us a message, and maybe it'll make its way on here at some point. If you'd like to support us, this material and other material like it, you can donate or subscribe to our Ko-Fi. It's ko-fi.com/thesnakespaw. Thanks, and see y'all soon.